Hello and welcome to another episode of the Contractor Growth Show. My name is Mark Lamberth. I'm your host. Today I'm speaking with Jacob Ray at Ray's Renovation in Bartonville, Illinois. Jacob, thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Mark. It's a pleasure being here.
Great. So it's been fun chatting here a few minutes before the show. I'm really interested in the story of the business. It sounds like just an interesting, cool family business that you guys have built over time. I'd love just to start by hearing from your words what services you provide for your customers.
The main services that we provide are roofing, siding, and gutters. But during the winter, we have gotten into a little bit of interior as well, doing some drywall and finishing.
Gotcha. Okay. Great. And how many people do you have on your team right now?
So currently we have one siding crew, just one roofing crew, one interior crew, and 3 people in-house at Ray's Renovations. But during the summertime, last year we had up to 3 roofing crews, 2 siding crews, and that's usually where we aim to be around, is that 3 roofing crew range.
Okay. Great. And you guys are in Bartonville, Illinois. What is your kind of geographic area that you work in?
Well, we cover pretty much the central Illinois area, mainly around the Peoria region, but we travel around 60 miles. So we cover anywhere from Peoria to Springfield, Bloomington, and the surrounding areas there.
Okay. Great. So your dad had started a company back in 94 and inevitably you grew up working with him. And now you guys have changed the company around here and you're the owner at this point. I'd love to just hear the story of this family business and how it's evolved over time.
Good, yeah. So my father started it back in 94. He did mainly roofing, and he worked with his brother and a whole bunch of his friends, just mainly doing roofing for a man around here named Dave Alwyn. He owns Alwyn and Sons Meat Market. So he kind of helped my father get into business. And just over the years, it really took off. We had a storm here in 2003, which took out a lot of the surrounding towns. It was a huge tornado. And that's when my dad really learned how to get into like the insurance side of the game. And once he learned how to do the insurance, it just kind of boomed from there, to be honest. He had multiple crews, and he really did everything by himself, being like just the only person that really ran the company at the time. So once I got a little bit older, I started doing groundwork and laboring, and then it just took off from there. We just kept growing. And then out of high school, I went into the Marine Corps, and I did a little bit of service there. And I got out after a year with a general under honorable discharge. And so once I came back, I didn't want to really just be lying around, not doing too much. So I jumped right into it with him, got back into the roofing game, and I loved it ever since, to be honest. So he kind of was trying to take a step back from, just like I said, he's been doing everything by himself for like 30 years. So he was just ready to take a step back and kind of teach me the ropes of how to get into it myself.
Mm-hmm. Amazing. And so you guys provide, roofing, siding, gutters. How have you chosen, after all these years, to stay really kind of in that lane, and service customers really well with that? And where I'm getting at with this is that I've seen that the guests that we talk to and the businesses that we talk with that actually have a fairly kind of narrow service offering, they're really kind of in their niche or whatever their lane, if you will, that they actually, man, they have amazing businesses. They're able to get really, really good at what they do. They've got a crew that's very specialized for doing specifically that. Is that what you guys have seen? And how have, over 32 years, you not decided to go build new houses and, get into interior, exterior, and painting and everything else?
Yes, sir. So once I kind of took over the business, I had that idea of, we need to venture out a little bit more. We need to expand and try different realms. But when we did try doing that, it just really stretched us out too far, to where we couldn't provide the quality that we were wanting to in the way that we're used to in every service, because we were bringing in different crews and subbing out in different areas that were kind of new to us. We knew a little bit, but we were learning almost as we went in different areas. But roofing's just been something that has always made sense to us. It's just something that we can explain to a homeowner in a sense to where they can feel like a pro when we walk away with them, and we want them to feel comfortable as well. So it just, wherever we feel like we can explain and be the best at, is where we just feel like we want to stay. And I feel many companies will see that same experience, like same exponential growth when they focus on just one specific area, because you can really deep dive and really push towards that one side of things.
Man, that is great advice. I love that. I could use more of that advice myself. Sometimes I get too spread thin with the different things that we're doing. So you've got a crew of, you know, 6, 8, 10 guys that kind of expands up and down.
Sure.
For a number of home service companies, it has been difficult for them to kind of hire, recruit, and retain team over the years. I mean, your dad was leading this for a long time now. You're leading it. Do you have any thoughts about, I don't know, leadership or any tips for how to think about kind of finding, recruiting, and retaining team long term so that they actually start to bring some benefit to the company?
Yes, sir. I think really it's pretty simple. It's just boils down to how you treat that person and how you take their problems as your own. We've had the same roofing crews for 15 years. I'm blessed to say that. Noah's the head of our roofing crews. Even when more come in, Noah still leads them. And he's been with us for 15 years. He's just a blessing, to be honest. And it's just a mutual understanding to where, like, if Noah needs something, I'll go out of my way. If I need something, I know Noah's going to go out of his way. And I think if you stay that way with all of your employees and you're just true to what you say, you don't have to like hide behind anything, then I think the employees will see that and respect you. And if you keep them busy, they'll want to stay with you.
Oh man, that's great. And we talked a little bit about before the show. I mean, some of the work that you're really proud of. I'd love to hear about the different sponsorships you guys are able to put on here for your community.
Yeah. So my high school where I grew up at, Washington Community High, holds this event, which is an amazing event. It's called the TOC. It promotes and raises money for a specific type of brain cancer. And this year we were able to actually sponsor them and be a part of that program. And it was just a blessing to be able to actually go back and because I played on that high school team. And so I remember going to those sponsor meetings and seeing all the different people that were there. And now it's just a blessing to be able to sit on the other side and just kind of reflect back on what I was at in that position. And we also did some sponsorships for the sports programs at Normal Community High, and it's just something that I'm hoping to be able to continue growing on in the future.
That is amazing. So did you go back and see your old teachers and like did you
Yeah,
know everybody at the school and you're like, yeah,
yeah, I
that's
saw
right,
my
I'm
old
here like
basketball
helping out now.
coach, and even they even invited me to a few open gyms, so I threw my basketball shoes on and tried to show them what I got. But I'll tell you what, I'm not in shape like I used to be.
Ah, hilarious.
Yeah, but it was
That is
actually a
so great.
great time to be honest. I mean, all the coaches are the same, so it was fun.
Oh man, that is amazing. Well, fantastic, Jacob. So here over the next few years, what do things look like for you guys? I mean, are you guys growing the business? Are you kind of at a nice, really stable place where you're at right now? And just like, no, we're just kind of, in a nice groove here, not necessarily growing.
I think in the next few years, we're definitely trying to grow a little bit. I'm kind of at that stage where I do like where we are, but there's definitely potential to expand and I just don't see why not to be honest. We're looking to actually get a permanent location. We're looking to expand on crews. We have a good amount of like assets and everything, but definitely looking to expand just the amount of crews we have and work we're able to take in.
Gotcha. And what will that allow you guys to do? I mean, when you expand your crews, I mean, will that change the structure of the business some, or is it just going to be helpful to be able to take on more jobs?
It'll change the business for sure. Because at this time, like I said, there's only three in-house people at the moment. So I do all of our financing, all of our paperwork and sales. So once I'm able to kind of distribute that work, I think it's going to help everyone a little bit more because my father has a huge load on his hands being the project director and being a sales at the same time. And I think once we bring in more people and are able to kind of delegate that work in specific areas to what people are good at, I think then we'd be in a really good spot.
Fantastic. Great. Well, Jacob, if folks are in the Bartonville, Illinois area and looking for a great roofer, siding, gutter company to work with, what are some of the best ways to get in touch with you?
You can visit us at our website, renovationsil.com. You can check out our Facebook page, which we upload pictures of jobs before and afters pretty recently, which is just Raise Renovations. Or you can contact me directly with the phone number at 309 643 3021. I'd love to hear from you guys.
Fantastic. And so Ray's Renovations, is it renovation or renovations?
Renovations.
Okay. Ray's Renovations IL, like Illinois,
Yes, sir. Yep.
.com. Or you can reach them direct on their phone, which is 309 643 3021. Fantastic, Jacob. Well, thanks for coming on the show today and sharing the great stories about your business.
Thank you, Mark. It was a pleasure being on here.